Monday, let's see, Monday the 11th already. Look at that. 2021, which is crazy. Big news. So, Parler, the platform, the competition of Twitter for the people that doesn't know what that application is, it's a social media platform. It was shut down last night at midnight. Crazy, huh? The main reason, or I guess the issue that the big tech companies, for the people that don't know, have is that Parler. It seems like they are bad social media because you're able to express yourself and share anything you want, and there's no censorship. There's no repercussions of you saying anything. You can pretty much say anything you want. I think they call it freedom speech. As crazy as this sounds, it has never happened before. If you start thinking about it, like big platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at some point, um, when these platforms came out, you always had the same capability. You were able to say and say anything you wanted, and it would be out there for the world. It was just very recently, in the past few months, that they've created some kind of censorship, some kind of third party company reads, listens, watches anything that you post in social media, and if it's not according to what they believe that is the truth, or if it doesn't fit the agenda that they have in mind, then that specific comment, video, whatever post that you made would be blocked, deleted, and you censor pretty much. So this has become more predominant in politics, especially lately with the whole elections, the whole, how many votes we got, like fraud and everything, whatever, And just the fact that the president of the United States doesn't even have access to social media seems like anymore. And what I mean with that is that his accounts have been blocked, banned. They're just trying to stop any kind of communication to the people. It sounds very crazy. I mean, this sounds like I'm talking about communist China, but this is in the United States. What I think was interesting is my wife was telling my son that he needs to learn AWS, which is it's a cloud service that is run by Amazon. So Amazon, it's come on, you know Amazon, right? But they are able to host and provide service to in this case, social media platforms. So you can have your application running on their service, on their servers, and they can run whatever application you need to run. And I think it's a great, I wouldn't say concept because it's already happening in real life, but it is. It seems that that's the future. Like everything is going to be controlled remotely instead of in a physical computer at home. It's still a physical computer, but it's just not at your location anymore. Now you have it several hundreds of miles away from you, and it can be used anywhere around the world. Anyway, so Amazon decided that they were also going to remove their services from Parler. So Parler, the CEO, apparently this morning or last night, I think he came out and said that hosting providers, email providers, distribution companies, every single one of these companies have pulled the trigger on them. So they are on their own. That's it. They're disconnected from the world. This has never happened before. It is very crazy. Now, here's the only thing, of course. Now, for the people watching this, like, well, they shouldn't be distributing hate, and I get that, but I want you to tell me if Twitter is not hate. Most of the content that you're gonna find in Twitter, including politicians, artists, anyone, even the average Joe or a little kid that is at home with a cell phone. Um, they can tweet, retweet, they can share any thoughts, any opinions about anything. Well, not these days. There's specific topics that you're not supposed to touch these days, but they were able to do that, and companies, groups like Black Lives Matter, they're able to spread hate in these big platforms, and they're untouchable. Nobody does anything about it. Nobody says anything. I have personally had conversations with some of these people in Twitter, about, just letting them know, like, I just don't believe that people are racist here. I don't. It's like, whoa, Black Lives Matter, and what about if your home is on fire, and those stupid things that people talk about. I try to explain to them that just the fact alone that you emphasize a specific race about a specific problem, that alone, it's actually a racist mentality. But anyway, we could talk about that forever. And actually, I refer a little bit this about the book that I'm reading with Barack Obama, A Promised Land, and I put it in the previous podcast, in one of the previous podcasts. Something that I noticed, though, is that the day that Google Play and App Store decided to pull the plug from Parler, and that was the day that the application blew out of the water. All of a sudden, like, the numbers on that application were absolutely insane. I would put a comment and people would actually read my comments. I would make a post, and it would attract people. It would be a natural, how do you call this? Natural growth? No, it's not natural growth. It's organic reach. The organic reach of that application was absolutely incredible. And I was thinking, somebody that is always looking at social media platforms and tries to understand them, it's Gary Vee. Gary Vee for a long time has been pushing LinkedIn, has been pushing LinkedIn and TikTok. And for some reason, I don't see him talking about Parler at all. And we all know that Gary Vee, he has said it himself in some of his videos that he is more left. He has voted for Biden, and he believes that Biden will bring the peace and calmness and the control that we need when Trump has got way out of hand and everything is going down south because of him. Which I thought was very interesting, coming from a guru that talks about how the internal peace kind of comes from the inside and the external events don't affect you. But still, I thought, you can come in. As you can see, I'm in the kitchen, and my daughter just came downstairs and she wanted to eat. Tell me, you can eat something. This life, you can do everything you gotta do. Anyway, I what I was saying about Gary Vee, I think that I think that, like, these gurus out there, they just have too many agendas. It's too much crap that they teach and try to preach online in the media. There's just hardly any real voice these days. And the real voice that we have out there, they hide. They don't share their thoughts, their ideas, the facts. We've been told that 2020 was one of the worst years there is, and if you listen to my podcast, you would. I mean, I'm of the idea that 2020 actually was a good year. Yeah, it was a lot of things that really sucked, but I think that 2021 for external events is going to be 100 times worse than 2020 was. Anyway, what are your thoughts about Parler? This happened last night. A lot of events happened last night. And they are saying that they're going to take to court. They're going to be suing every single person out there. I don't know if they have the financial resources to do that. Me personally, a lot of people before Parler went down were saying in the actual platform, we gotta fight for rights. We gotta stand up and we gotta do this. We need to have Apple cancel all the subscriptions that you have from Apple and stop giving them your money. I think that's a lot of fantasy, personally. What's up, Brody? Sorry, my son is here. He came down here to say hi for the people watching YouTube. He actually had to grab something. And anyway, what are your thoughts about it? I think that a lot of people talk a lot about things that they should do or we should do to stop from these cancellation, censorship, freedom of speech, whatever you want to call it, from happening. I think that is happening anyway, and it's going to happen anyway. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't do anything about it, because I personally was even thinking, well, what does it take to make like a social media platform? But if I'm gonna make one and it's gonna be a freedom of speech social media platform, they're gonna shut it down, and I haven't been able to make my investment back. It's pretty scary stuff, because who determines what's right and wrong? And with this, I finish because I already went over my 10 minutes. But I want you to answer me to this question. Who determines what's right and wrong? Who is the person that makes those decisions, those ethical decisions, moral decisions of what you should be able to do and what you shouldn't be able to do? I'll answer my personal opinion about this. I believe there's a God, that He created the heavens and the earth and everything that there is. And He is responsible for every law and everything that we do. And we will all be 100% liable and responsible for all of our actions to Him one day. But some people don't like that. Some people don't like that decision. Therefore, they created stories like we come from monkeys, that the rock became unstable, the rock became water and lava, and the lava became somehow alive, and the monkeys conquer the world, and therefore we're here. So therefore, if the monkeys conquer everything, then that means that there's no laws. There's no right and wrong, because it's just a product of chemical reactions that go through our bodies that determine what we should do and we shouldn't do. Therefore, we are just a product of nothingness. I don't think that that's the case. But this right here, what is happening right now, is proving what I'm saying. As you can see, now they're touching not only fiction, or is not only countries that are very far away. Now this is coming to a city near you. And the question is, what are we going to do about it? Because the few people that were trying to fight this, they're going to be gone pretty soon. So we need better leadership. We need money. We need tons of money to be able to create products that don't exist and they're not on the market. And we need more money to be able to defend them. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching. That's all. That's all for today. See you guys. Bye.